Rohit Sharma's captaincy. How has he been in the past couple of years? What's your take on it?
Fail.
He's been a
It's
fail.
been an epic
Okay.
fail. I was hoping that the board or Dravid would take a drastic step and see his history and just not pick him, not pick him,
Oh
even
no.
drop him from the whole squad because of his form, right? The only reason he
Yeah.
is getting selected at the moment is because he is captain. His batting form has been poor for the last 2 years. He does get
Yeah.
one innings, out of 10 maybe where he might score like more than 50 runs, or 100 runs, and he'll consolidate his spot. I just feel like he has not been in form, and you want the best players in the team. You want the best players, best openers to open. You want the best middle order. You want each position that you have. You want the best player in there that's available.
Yeah.
I don't think Rohit Sharma is the best player at the moment. He's got a great history. He was a great batsman, I got to say. But at the moment, I don't think he's the best player to be fitting into that Indian team.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely echo your feelings there as well because I mean, Rohit's just he's had a bit of a. I mean, he's come into a really shitty situation, right? With all the things that went down with Kohli and the board, and I think there was a lot of stuff brewing before that as well that possibly could have, you know, created tensions between Rohit and Virat. But
Speaking of that, speaking of
we've
that,
all heard of the two factions, right? The two sides within the team, which the rumors of that, and the Rohit's got his guys, Virat's got his guys, and famously, I don't think Ashwin is a Virat guy,
but
but
wasn't it if you had a beard and a goatee, you were a Virat guy. If you were clean shaven, you were not a Virat guy.
yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Like, there were these factions, and it wasn't great, but like, look, I'm just gonna say Rohit's leadership hasn't been great. You see him on the field, the way he talks to players, the way he, I guess, tells them off a couple of
Yeah,
times after they're
I feel like
like
he's been told
fielding,
that.
bowling.
I feel like he's been told
Yeah,
that, and he has sort of settled down a little bit. But
yeah,
if
a
you
little bit,
remember
yeah,
initially on, he was like looking at players and going like, like, what are you doing?
yeah. I mean, it's just a far cry from like Kohli and Dhoni, right? Real leaders that have just led India very well. And I was as shocked as you were when that whole shit with Kohli went down a couple of
He
years
got
ago because
Kohli got screwed, man. That's
Kohli got screwed, like majorly got screwed
yeah.
because I don't even know why. Obviously, the faction stuff, I mean, could come into the play. The Ganguly was the BCCI chief at the time, and we're not that great
The
fans of
gang of Gangu.
Ganguly. He just won't stop. But it's just I don't know. He's not captaincy material, and that's it's
The
tough to
prime
say because of the
example,
career he's had.
yeah, the prime example. There was one incident. I don't know if you remember Bhuvneshwar Kumar. I think he had maybe dropped a catch off his own bowling, possibly.
Yeah,
He was on the ground. The ball was like in front of him, and Rohit Sharma just came and kicked the ball away in
yeah,
frustration, like right in front of him. Like, you
yeah.
know,
He's not the cool calmness of Dhoni. He's not the ferocious leader that Virat
yeah,
is. He's just comes off as immature.
yeah. And
Rohit. He needs to. I mean, this is the thing, right? He's been. I always thought of him as a transitional captain, but now it's been 2 years of this, and I'm just trying to figure out where this is all heading, because
permanent captaincy.
we need to find, like, to me, I reckon what we need to do, because when Dhoni was, this is actually very similar to when Dhoni was initially chosen as captain, right? At the time, we're coming off Ganguly and then Dravid as our captains, and we were trying to figure out where to go. We just lost the 2007 World Cup. We're a bit lost in terms of like who is the captain, who do we go for? The BCCI selectors, God bless them, had the courage to go with Dhoni. We need that same courage now to back a youngster to be captain, I believe.
100%. Look, if they've moved on from Kohli, like Kohli, in my opinion, has been the best captain and the best current available player who can be captain. because there was the
Yeah,
fire that Kohli brought that no other player can bring into the team.
yeah,
I feel like without, whether he's been told or not, but removing that captaincy from him, I think he's been quite let down by the board. And I feel like that
yeah.
fire has gone from Kohli. Like he doesn't bring that fire anymore because he doesn't care anymore because they don't care. If they have
No, no, no. He definitely cares. Coley cares. It's just he is disappointed, I guess. I mean,
disappointed is
but
probably
that's
the
the type
better
of thing.
word. Yeah.
Like the thing is, like that type of thing fires Coley up, right? He's just like, I'm just going to be even better. That's what we saw in the World Cup. He was like, everyone was questioning his form, all this sort of stuff, and he showed like what a legend he is by coming out and just performing
Yeah.
the way he did. That game against Pakistan, I mean, these are Ashwin's words. He was possessed.
Yeah.
So like he was just like in another sort of zone,
Yeah.
and it is unfortunate how that's happened, like his captaincy, how it
Yeah.
ended. But I just think like I mean, it might even take us losing the World Cup to get a new captain, which is unfortunate. I don't want to lose the World
No.
Cup, but
In India.
it might take that because that's going to be an embarrassing thing for Rohit if he loses in India. But it's just like we need to back someone young again,
Question
I
is,
reckon.
if we lose the World Cup, or we don't win it, obviously, what if Rohit scores in the last match that we play? He scores 150.
Like then it's just par for the course, a big score in a useless game. That's the thing. Right?
Look,
Like
I agree
it's
with
just
you. I agree with you that they need to take a punt on a younger player, and I feel like there
yeah.
is one player in the team who, um, you know, in my opinion, looks like a leader and probably feels you get that feeling that he might be a leader, and it's not Hardik Pandya. Um,
No.
I feel like Shubman Gill should be really given a chance as in captaincy because
Yeah, I mean everyone is sort of saying that Shubman Gill. I actually got a different choice. For me, and this is like far left field, I believe it's Rishabh Pant. I think he is the guy when he comes back from injury. He's the way he plays the game, the way he that ferocious sort of never give up. Just he always sort of taking it to the opposition. That's the type of India we need. That's the type of India we want.
yeah, you would never
It's
forget that
just
fourth
it's
Test
lacking.
match in Brisbane against
Yeah,
Australia.
and there's numerous occasions like he's the way he's basically in situations where we shouldn't have any business winning a match. He's gone and said, "No, I'm going to win it for you,"
Yeah,
and like it's just done so well. And I think, look, he's going to come back from injury. I'm hearing next year January is what he's targeting, and hope him recovers pretty well, but I think they've got to go with someone new, man.
yeah,
Rohit is
that'll be
definitely a
interesting.
transitional captain. He's not someone I believe they can go with long term anymore.
Yeah,
And it's just, they've got to do that soon, I believe.
yep. Unless Rohit Sharma wins us the World Cup, right, and he turns around his own personal form, scores 100 in every single game and 200 in the final, then you'd think, okay, maybe, he's sort of picked up his form now and he deserves to be captain. Anything other than that, the last
Well,
two
that's the thing.
years
We
have been a
haven't
fail.
we haven't seen anything. Yeah, we haven't seen anything in the past 2 years. That's the problem, right?
The
And
reason
yeah,
we look at the reason why Virat Kohli was removed and Rohit Sharma put in his place, not because Virat Kohli wasn't playing that well. He had his up and down games, but because he wasn't winning the tournaments.
yeah, that's right.
That's the
I
main
mean,
reason he wasn't winning the tournaments. That's why he was
yeah,
replaced
and
by Rohit Sharma.
like to me, this goes just back down to the middle order, right? The stability of a middle order. It's just not been there in the past 2 years. And yes, it could be the over experimenting. It could be, we've had some talent that we just believed in that just haven't produced the form, like a Sky. Like we really want him to perform, but he's just not doing that at that level in ODI cricket. It's just we're sort of searching for a middle order that's not solidified yet, and
Yeah,
it's shown in crunch games we have not performed in
yeah,
those. The last year against the semi final against England, we got walloped, and then there was that match in the World Cup, the previous World Cup against New Zealand, which we didn't start well. Jadeja brought it back, but still, we didn't do well.
yeah.
It's
So
again like
really,
it's,
like,
but the problem is that we perform really well in the tournament. We do
Yeah.
really well, but when it comes to a final, a semi-final, we just don't like go over the line. And it's been like that for a long time now, and
Yeah.
we're just searching. To me, it just comes back to leadership. Like
Yeah.
we need someone that like a Pant to really say we are gonna win this and
Yeah.
just be 100% going for that. But yeah, it's kind of a sticky situation at the moment with that. But
Yeah. So just
we'll move on.
wrapping that up because I get a headache talking about Rohit Sharma. Just wrap that up. I feel
Yeah,
like
wrap that up.
he needs to win the World Cup. He needs to show well, I mean, winning the World Cup will be part of, being a good captain and being able to perform himself. Like he needs to do those things. Like if he just
Well,
performs, which is good, it's not that great for his captaincy because he needs to be a good captain as well. And he hasn't shown that,
to,
I don't believe.
to me, he needs to perform in a crunch game where India's down like 4 for 20 chasing 300, right? And he shows courage. That's what we want from Rohit. He just hasn't shown it.
Yeah.
He just hasn't shown anything like that in the past couple of years. And
Yeah. Fortunately,
wish him
he's
the
been
best,
part of
but
that
like
4
it's
for
just he just
20.
hasn't. Yeah, he's been part of it,
Yeah.
and yeah,
He's
we're
been
just
one
we're
of the
just looking for
4.
more from Rohit.
Yeah.
And we love his batting. We're just looking for more from Rohit. He just needs to perform.